Chuck Davis here. We're at Zloz Hour studio, and every night is Friday night. So let's go on and see what the fuck's going on.
The Japanese people, they do something like that's like unbelievable. They will go in his room, which we've retired. We don't use his room for teaching anymore. It's like a retired football jersey. We let people go in there and meditate and let them reflect and just soak up the energy. But we don't make money in that room anymore. Yeah. We don't make money in any of them too much lately because there's hardly any students. But we're hoping that changes the economy. So people from Japan will go in there. They'll bring full robes, kabuki makeup, the whole thing, and they will go in there and they'll spend 2 hours.
Well, you can't blame it. Like I said, Randy's one of the...
I toured Japan in March, and I can tell you he's an absolute legend over there. He's a legend. Goodbye to Romance is considered... It's considered a song that's almost sacred. Yeah. They when they hear that, they cry. They do the lighters and the matches and stuff like that. Yeah. I've never been to Japan before. When I went there, I was like blown away.
Yeah, but
I knew they were good fans, but what I saw completely, it was like he was treated like a religious figure.
He's a legend.
Yeah,
but you say
he's a legend.
Yeah, but you said he's a legend in Japan. He's a worldwide legend because what I do, selling photos all over the world, I sell photos of Randy all the time. He's one of my most requested artists I ever shot. I sell his photos here. I sell them in Germany, England, everywhere, South America, Japan. Everybody always asks for Randy Rhoads.
Honestly,
photos.
we're going to talk about this later, but I told you I'm a painter. I get requests to paint Randy Rhoads more than anybody. So
really?
That tells you something. Yeah, I mean, which you already know. Could we show the guitar?
Sure.
And did you start on this as well?
Oh, did you bring it?
I did.
Oh, you didn't forget the guitar?
No, I did.
He did okay.
I think it's.
Chucky! Get the guitar!
I'm on my way.
Hurry up!
I have memories of us playing, Randy and I sitting on the ground with this guitar. We didn't even hold it then. We put it on the ground playing Louie Louie.
Yeah.
Did anybody know what the words were to that song?
Well, Louie Louie.
Yeah, Louie.
And this was the first guitar that
this is the first guitar that Randy ever played. It belongs to my mother.
And handle that with care, Chucky.
But
my grandfather played it.
Yeah, it was my grandfather's guitar. The music goes back in my family for like 5 or 6 generations.
Oh, amazing.
And he was a doctor, but like I said, he had this to relax.
Bring it on, Chucky.
This is a 1918 Army Navy Special. And this was a guitar that Randy Rhoads discovered as a very small boy in my mom's closet, and he dragged it out, knocked everything over, went to the back of the closet, pulled this thing out, and he put it on the floor. You got to realize that, as you know, he was kind of a small person. He didn't have a concept of playing it like this. He played it like laying down on his stomach like he was swimming. and he played it like that.
Strumming, sort of.
Right.
It's in 1918?
1918.
Can you imagine how many people would die to play this?
Well, it would be kind of difficult because it's got no strings right now. And I don't really know the story to that, but here's something.
Well, look at the cardboard here.
Let me show you what he did. Okay. The bridge, which is this thing for all you drummers. This actually, you know what a drummer is? You know what they call a drummer that doesn't have a girlfriend?
What do they call?
Homeless. Right here is a cardboard bridge that Randy inserted to make the bridge lie level. So this little piece of mastery with his Elmer's glue is actually something that Randy did with his own hands.
Can we get a close-up of it?
Can you, Jeff, can you get that? Or Troy or Beth, close-up?
I don't know if we mentioned this, but this guitar actually belonged to our grandfather, who we never met because he died before our births. But it was his guitar, and so my mom, because the obvious question is, if your mom didn't play guitar, why did she have one in her closet? It belonged to her father.
Right.
It doesn't even have Gibson on the headstock.
No, it says Gibson inside.
So they didn't even put the logo on.
They didn't put that on there in those days. Yeah, this is an artifact.
Okay. And Kathy, you played on this as well.
Yep.
Nice. Chuck?
Hey, speaking of guitars, let's go into, by the way, there's a new Gibson Les Paul. I mean, right now, all you guitar freaks, you could go out and buy Randy's Jackson guitars. Is it Jackson or Charvel? It's Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson, which is owned by Fender. Fender and Charvel, Jackson, SWR amps, Gretsch acoustic. But now, finally, what didn't you tell me that the Randy Rhoads, the Les Paul was his favorite guitar?
The Les Paul was his favorite guitar, and it was my friend Dweezil Zappa's idea. Why, since everybody knows this, doesn't Gibson make a Randy Rhoads Les Paul? Great idea. However, when he presented this to me, it was him and Zach, and they were trying to talk me into doing this.
Zach Wild.
Yeah, and I said, you got to realize that the Rhoads family has a contract with Fender, who owns Jackson, and we are not allowed to do such a thing. And so Dweezil said, you got to really try. Talk to them. Who do you know really good there? Okay, Nick Bocott used to be the lead player in Grim Reaper. I know him.
And he used to be a Marshall.
And he used to work for Marshall, because we made the 100-watt Marshall head. And because it was Randy Rhoads, the whole outcome of the thing, it's real complicated, but the whole outcome of the thing was they agreed to let us do it, even though we were under contract.
Randy.
So finally, after months and months of negotiations and a lot, it looked like it wasn't going to happen. Finally, they said, you know what? We're going to let this happen, but you have to make a limited amount of them. And
500, wasn't it?
No, it was 300.
300?
There's only 300. There's 100 relict. That means they looked exactly like his, and I mean, you can't tell the difference.
Scratch for scratch.
All the scratches, the belt, where the belt buckle took the paint off on the back, it is exact. He wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So there's 100 of those, and there's 200 of the way that guitar looks brand new. And what you actually have is you have a white 1974 Gibson Les Paul.
Sort of cream, cream though, isn't it?
Well, it's changed. The aging has changed the color of it. It's actually changed. It's not white anymore. But the people from Gibson told us that no matter how you stored it or kept it, and we keep them very, very, very well, the color would change because of the paints
and the way they lacquered it.
The way they lacquered it.
It was
so
normal.
even if we had it like all these years, like in a special vault or something, the color would have changed.
There's going to be a war for that guitar.
It's going to be.
Japan already wanted to buy all 300 right off the bat. Like
somebody in Japan wanted all 300, and they were going to give us any price we wanted. But we don't think that's fair.
No.
I want to see
what he would do. He'd jack the price up.
Right. This is what I want to see. What I want to see is some kid that lives, like in Fairport, Iowa. I want to see some kid that's got money saved up. His relatives are going to help him. The thing that he's going to buy with this money is going to be something he's going to treasure for the entire rest of his life. He's going to have a Randy Rhoads Les Paul. It's something that he's going to show his grandkids. Yeah. And I want to see somebody like that get these guitars. Yeah. I don't think they should all go to Zach or Keith Richards, even though I love Zach.
I did hear
I love you, brother, but you can't have them all.
Wait, but I want to tell Zach's you guys out there for
doing the Viking face.
Yeah.
What?
But I want to tell you guys out there, for the sort of little brainless, retarded Zloz Hour viewers, if you go to eBay and you see one of these Randy Rhoads Les Paul and it says autographed by Randy Rhoads, like, don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
I don't think Randy autographed any of these guitars, if you know what I mean.
Randy never autographed any guitars that I know of. That wasn't all that in vogue in those days. Yeah. There are no Randy Rhoads bow ties that somebody took off his neck. The things that you see on eBay are 98% somebody's just making money.
99% probably.
Yeah, 99 probably. Yeah. So you're hearing it from the family right here. Don't be fooled. And there are no Violet Fox tapes or CDs. They didn't exist.